everybody, and welcome to another episode of Anime on Draft. This is episode 96, and we are live again. We're joined by everybody.
I didn't get the memo.
Super surprise face. Everybody's here. My name is Mark. I'm joined by
Hi, Mark.
Rolando, Drew, Alec. I don't know where they're positioned on here.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Top left from you is me.
Every direction.
Drew
Just
is
point in
above you.
every direction.
Rolando's to your left if you're looking at the stream.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we got names on there too. So if anybody in chat is wondering, just in case we're not really interacting with people who are typing in chat, we'll try to type things out and try to keep somewhat of a viewer engagement. But for all of the listeners out there, we are streaming on Twitch every Sunday around 6:30, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So feel free to hop
Trying to get
into
it
Twitch with
dialed
us
in
and watch it live. Yeah. So we got a lot to talk about today. We are going to be going over our Orishiri segment, Death Parade, and Bakano, episodes 3,
Bakano.
and the Attack on Titan. I think we all watched that as well.
No.
That aired today.
But
Oh, yeah.
it's okay. No, I had to watch the last episode of Game of Thrones before the podcast today. So priorities. So that I don't have spoilers tomorrow.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought
I think let's move on to the beer, the pairing this week. Drew and I kind of came into a consensus to choose the Lagunitas, the Waldo's Special Ale.
Waldo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
He's here. We found him.
I have had this before. I had it last year at my brother's wedding. He actually had it on tap, which was awesome. But
who
Drew,
did
you
he
have
bribe
not
to
had
get that
this.
going?
Actually, the venue, he asked them, he's like, hey, how hard would it be to get, a small keg of this for the wedding? And they're like, we'll see what we can do.
They talked to Wally
And
Waldo.
Oh shit.
To talk to, yeah.
And Carmen
Talk to
Sandiego too.
Larry Waldo.
Oh shit, Carmen Sandiego? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah, it was cool.
This is crazy, Mark.
Dude, it smells amazing. Rolando, Alec, are you guys drinking anything tonight? Just
I'm
wanna
still
throw
not
that out
drinking,
there.
but I have a tea. It says
Oh,
Wakanda
nice.
forever.
The what's the queen one? Which one is that? Interesting. I don't.
It was the one that I had
That
by
was the one.
myself
That's
on the
right.
show.
Yeah, that's right.
And now Alec is having it by himself.
I have it in my fridge.
Maybe next week I'll have it by myself.
And then I can have it by myself, and,
And then,
we'll
yeah, and then-
complete the
circle.
cycle.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
like a month from now we'll come back to it and talk about it together.
This beer is crazy, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the flavors are, but they're delicious.
Well, it smells just absolutely dank, just up front. Smells very tropically too.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to. It doesn't have the type of hops that it's used, but I can assume that there are a ton of hops in it. Because what is it, Mark? It's technically a triple.
Technically a triple IPA. Yeah, that's what they said. They call it just a special ale, but yeah, I think the actual brewer is saying that it's supposed to be a triple. So, and it's also 11.7%. So, this is a pretty boozy beer for being in a 12-ounce bottle.
The dankest and hoppiest brew ever brewed at Lagunitas. That's what it says.
This beer has like a whole lot of history to it too. Like if you go to the Lagunitas website, they have like a whole story on like how this was made, like the original Waldo's friends.
Read the
and
full story.
It's made up.
It's right here.
It's absolute
It's
nonsense.
so good.
I'm gonna
It's
link
great.
it in the Twitch chat.
In the
there.
Twitch
Yeah,
arena.
please do. Maybe I'll put this up on
Put
the
the
Twitter
link
too.
up,
So
yeah.
if you're interested on it, it's quite a good read.
We can plop it
And
up
it's
in our
even-
YouTube description.
It's even like a comic style. They have like dudes smoking weed and like dudes
Comic
drinking
Sans.
beer and petting the Lagunitas dog. Pretty
Supposedly
neat.
this is like one of the starts of 420. So I mean the guys, the Waldos.
supposedly.
Yeah, or saying that they kind of started the 420 craze.
Okay, all right.
piggybacked
Everybody
off of this.
Wow,
started the
they invented
420 craze.
They invented 420.
Wow, they
yeah.
Nice.
invented it.
That's crazy.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that started the craze, according to themselves.
I mean, like it's like attributed to like Deadheads, like Grateful Dead. So I mean, and they, I guess, would drink this beer. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Pretty bold claims, but I mean, this is like
It's a pretty
30
bold
years
claim
ago,
because
so.
the Grateful Dead has been around for a while.
Yeah,
they didn't start
Well, this
drinking beer
beer's-
till this came out.
been around for a while. I think this beer is like they started like in the 90s or something.
Yeah, well, the Grateful Dead has been around since before in the 90s, so it's a
Right.
little suspect. We'll have to
I
look
mean,
that one up.
No, they had to wait till they're 21. Nobody drinks before they're 21 here in America, so.
I mean, people could be 21 in the 90s.
No, but
And I'm
they had to
trying-
wait till they were 21. So once this beer came out, they had just turned 21.
I'm
I see, I
trying to
Yeah.
find the hops that they use, but I cannot find it. So it just has that crazy story. That's it. But I mean, what I'm getting from it is like super dankness in terms of the smell. It tastes like pine with orange peel, I would say.
Yeah, I think I get like some mango.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a tropical flavor to it.
Yeah. It's
Definitely
interesting
citrusy.
because it's like it's not hazy like a hazy would be because I mean that's not the style of beer that it is, but it has that really tropical taste, and then add on top of it like the super dankness from the hops, but they're not bitter.
Yeah.
It's just like really like I don't know,
Yeah.
piney.
Yeah, this is a little bit sweeter than I remember it being, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it might just be all that like kind of citrus flavors. Because last year I do remember it being like super bitter. It was really really bitter, but like it had like a nice dry finish to it. Yeah, this
It's
is
not
a-
super. It's not super grapefruity. Sometimes these can like get overly like soury grapefruity sort of flavor. This is way sweeter than that. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I was not expecting it to taste like this. I was expecting it to taste like the Mission.
Oh really?
The,
Oh
the,
man,
the
that's-
double IPA. I like that, but
Oh, you do?
This
Ugh, I remember that beer.
Alex was PTSD. I think that's like the second beer we ever did.
Yeah, and it was miserable. And it was fucking enormous. I had the
Yeah.
double whatever.
Every time I see those cans, I always think of you and how much you hated it.
Oh, dude, I couldn't even finish it. I drank half that can, and I'm proud of the fact that I made it through half.
Didn't your dad drink the rest of it?
I
He's like,
put it
"What's
somewhere,
this?"
and I think it disappeared. Somebody was just like, I'm going to drink this. I'm like, all right, you do that.
So you get fucked up.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
But
I'm here
I
to
tried it after that. yeah.
I'm here to correct your story. Once you guys finish talking about that.
oh, correct us.
Oh,
Do
oh.
it.
Oh, you want
What
me to
story?
correct you
Do it.
now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
do it.
Yeah.
So there was the Waldos that went looking for a patch of weed being grown by the California Coast Guard in the 1970s,
Yeah.
and they were also hanging out around the Deadhead circles, backstage at Grateful Dead concerts. And that's kind of like where the terminology spread from. But the Waldos decided to search for the marijuana patch, meeting
After school.
after school at
At
4:20 p.m.
4:20. Right.
to search for it. But this is in the 70s. It has nothing to do with the beer. The beer is just
Right.
named after the
Right,
Waldos.
so, yeah,
the beer isn't the cause for 420.
Well, no. So the beer was originally brewed with the original Waldo's guys.
Yes, that is
And-
correct.
Yeah.
But it's not the
yes,
reason why
you're right,
420 is
No.
is widespread.
No, sorry, I didn't know if that's what you guys thought I was talking about. No.
Wow, dude, I
You're
thought
straight.
this beer started the huge craze 420 because of you, Mark.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah, in the 90s, dude.
Yeah, in the 90s.
That's when weed was
That's when
first
weed
started.
first grew.
That's when they first made it.
A meteor hit Earth, and weed came out of it, and they were like, "Wow, this shit is great." And that's
Yeah, in California only.
in California,
California
only.
only.
Yeah,
That's where it
and that's where
started,
marijuana started. That's the
Yeah.
story of
In,
marijuana.
in Northern California,
Yeah.
specifically.
And
Yeah.
Mike, Mark, your hat is not the Akatsuki symbol. It's just like marijuana red smoke. It's like the rarest
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of marijuana.
That's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's the kind that you got
Red
directly
marijuana.
from the meteorite, Everything else is just stuff that kind of like exploded outward and grew.
I like this.
It's red
That's a good
because
theory.
the meteorite
like
blazed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, it's cherry.
It had space juices on it.
Yeah.
It had space bacteria.
And that's
and
why
stuff.
this beer is so dank.
We're
Yeah,
getting
so
off,
dang.
way off
Yeah, we
topic,
are.
extravagantly off
I think
topic.
honestly though, I feel like that's really fitting for this beer to get just really off topic about it because
wildly
Yeah.
off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Why didn't you guys
let's
select
come
this
back to
on
last
week?
I know.
For
Well,
420.
because I couldn't find it last
I
week.
couldn't find it
remember?
last week. I looked for it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you had mentioned it, Mark, and I ended up getting that ginger bitch. I mean, what?
Well, it's better late
Well
than
then.
never.
We're referring to the "Call Me Ginger" by Mother
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah, call
Yeah,
me
that's the
Ginger,
one.
not call me bitch.
Ginger.
Well played.
Well, Drew. So final thoughts, and then give your rating for this.
This is like interesting. It has a lot going on, but I feel like all the flavors play well together, and it's not like overly overpowering in one aspect or the other, which is what I was kind of expecting it. I was just expecting it to like blow me out with bitterness. But I really want to know what type of hops they use. But whatever blend they use, they did a good job because it gives you that really, really dank aroma. You get the
They used
pine,
hemp.
you get the citrus, you get not too much bitterness, just enough to make you realize you're drinking an IPA. But overall, this is good. It is also 11.7% in a little 12-ounce guy.
Bottle, yeah.
So
Little.
it's scary.
It's kind of scary. Yeah.
I'm
At
gonna
least
drink
it's
this
not a
slow.
22.
I'm gonna drink this slow. I have 5 other ones
Shit.
that I'm not gonna drink right now.
I wouldn't.
But I'm gonna take it easy on this one. But it's good. I'm gonna give it a 4.75.
Oh wow. Nice.
How hoppy is
Yeah.
it, by the way? Is it beyond my
You
taste?
you would like it because
No.
it's not that hoppy. There is a ton of hops in it, but it does not taste bitter, disgusting like you.
The
Right,
100
like the
IBU,
mission?
Tastes like.
Alec.
Oh,
100
okay.
IBU.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yes.
So
Well,
you take
475,
that
that's
you take
pretty
that
good.
for your own opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
not Drew's opinion.
Yeah.
It says 100 plus.
100 plus.
100 plus IBU.
It's like
God.
105.
99 plus 1.
Well,
What about a
I
300
do-
IBU beer?
The mission.
The mission. Just drinking like straight up pulp, like pine cedar pulp.
Rind of
Right.
several citrus fruits.
Yeah. Jesus. So yeah, well, I guess compared to last year, I do like the hoppiness of it from the last year's version because they change it every year. But I like this citrus flavor. I think they're kind of incorporating some of the fat of the hazy.
Maybe that's
citrus.
what they're doing, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's popular right now. I mean it's for a reason. I mean they're pretty good. Well, in my opinion. But I like this. I'll probably give this like a 4.5. I think it's still really, really good. I mean, plus 11.7% in a 12-ounce bottle. That's tough to beat, man.
It's value too because it was like $12.
It's like $12, yeah. So if you find this anywhere,
It's not
definitely
like
pick one
Ballast.
up.
Ballast $17 for that Swingin' Friar ale.
Jeez. I mean, like grapefruit sculpin is still like $12, $13 at the liquor store. I mean, that's crazy. You can
Most of
literally
them are
find that
like
anywhere.
$16, $17 for a Ballast Point beer, and this is
Jeez.
way better, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Well, Alec, do you want to tell us your thoughts on the Queen
Yeah, it's good.
Game of Thrones? Nice.
It's good.
Nice.
Nice.
No, I like it. As a sour goes, it's pretty good. It's not super like barnyardy or weird. It kind of has like a bitter characteristic to it to me. I think there have been better sours that I've had, but this is a mix. It's a sour. It's sours and blonde ales. It's a blend, is what it says. It says sour blonde ale blend. So, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty light. It's only 6.4%, but all in all, I like it. It's got good sour flavor, and I will keep drinking it. I think though I will give it like a 3.5. Somewhere middle of the road. It's pretty good, but it's not like the most amazing thing I've ever had. So, I liked the The red labeled
King of the
one
North.
better. I haven't had that one yet. I'm saving that
porter?
for last. Yeah, the porter. I really liked the porter, and I know I'm gonna like King of the North because I'm just a stout guy. So I'm saving that for last.
Yeah, I have that one still, so
Yeah.
I haven't drinking that one yet.
We'll drink it all together in different places.
And as a short aside, I will be in Wisconsin this week, so I will probably have some interesting Wisconsin beers. I went to that Asylum the last time, and I know it's right by the airport, so I'm going to try to do that again this year, go to the brewery itself.
Yeah, let us know.
If I have time.
Take pictures of whatever you drinking.
Yeah, enjoy
Hey, I
your
will.
$2 beers.
It's also snowing. It was snowing there yesterday.
Wow.
It is May. Or
It's
almost
fucking
May.
it's fucking 95 here.
Oh,
What was the name of the
God.
Mission Dippa that we had? Was it just Mission Double IPA?
The Mission
Or is it
double.
Shipwreck?
Fucking
Remember we
IPA or
called it the
something.
double fucking
We called it
IPA,
the
dude.
double fucking IPA.
Remember? That's got the pirate ship on it.
Is it the
yeah,
Shipwrecked?
that's what it has.
No. It's
No,
just
no, no.
Mission double IPA.
Double.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's called double fucking IPA.
Yeah. Is it?
is that
I'm
actually
pretty
what it's
sure
called? Or
that's
is that just what we
actually
called it? Well then. All right. Well, Rolando, I'm sorry. What were you drinking? You just drinking tea?
It's just tea.
Some tea.
Some tea.
What kind of tea?
Soakin bicha.
Kombucha?
It's like a mixture of like barley and rice and,
and rye.
other
like-
shit.
Some
No,
basil.
it's actually just whiskey.
Basil.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just been downing this whole glass of whiskey just
Chug it, dude. You won't.
straight.
He's like, well, you guys are drinking a 11, almost 12% beer, so weird.
I'll have 40%.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm
close.
drinking distilled beer. How about that?
Distilled in your still.
All right.
What about it?
What? Let's move on to our Orashiri segment. This is where we rewatch older shows and just kind of discuss them. Up first, we have Death Parade. Drew, you want to lead the talks on this because you've seen this before? This is
Yeah.
episode 3.
Yeah, we're bowling. So it's called
Bowling.
Rolling
Yeah.
Ballad or Ballade.
Balaid.
Yeah.
But so we get our next two, I don't know if you want to call them victims, but
I was going to say guests.
guess, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Dead people.
They're both victims.
Yeah. They
In their own
they died
rights.
in a tragic bus accident. But they get to play bowling. No, like in this week's at least, there was no like underminedness, I guess, where they're like physically hurting each other.
Right.
They
Yeah.
just have like the weirdness of being able to feel inside and feel
They
their
just-
pulses.
They just play.
They
They're
just
just
bowled.
bowling.
They had a good time.
Yeah,
They
they're
had a
just
good
bowling.
time.
I mean, who doesn't when they bowl? You know, it's fun.
Yeah. They had perfect form, which I thought was interesting. But
Yeah,
I
it
guess
was
I guess he was
interesting.
hanging
Yeah.
around in the bowling alley, and she
Right,
worked in
she
the bowling
worked there,
alley. So I was
yeah.
like, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that.
No, even worse
Um,
was a no-name girl having perfect form and in heels. At the
So there's actually something interesting about that I'm not going to bring up now, that I will bring up later, that I do want to talk about. But
that
there is interesting.
that she's the friend that
No.
Yeah.
Just how she. It's important how she posed, and I'll leave it at that. It's not that she's the friend. I promise that's not the case.
Because that was kind of explained later. Oh.
But anyway, I don't know. Would you guys? There wasn't much to this episode. There's not a lot of background. It was just more of how the unnamed character is kind of fitting into her role as helping out the arbiters. But other than that, not too much going on. What do you guys think of it?
I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie though, when the one girl was having, you know, they're like, oh well, that's not her, and it was gonna be that, like, that whole thing where we're figuring out it's actually another person. I was like, is she gonna be a dude who had surgery because she liked this guy? If so, awesome. Fucking
I was
awesome.
hoping one of you would bring that up, because
I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I thought.
For a
about that
split
too.
second, I
like,
did think that, but the girl, it was a girl's voice that was talking. To
Right.
him.
Yeah.
So,
No,
it's
so I was like,
it's just this other girl. It's
it was
not
wishful thinking because that would have been fucking amazing. But
well, it would have made sense too, because the unnamed character like had that huge like reaction to it. But I mean, I guess
Right.
he would have the same reaction to what actually happened as well. So.
right. Be like, wait,
'cause she
that's
was like,
a
should we tell
different
him?
person? So,
Right. Well, the guy was down with it though. He was fine, man.
he was chill. He's like, you're cool.
He's like, oh yeah, you got.
and you look
plastic
just like
surgery.
her, and
Nice.
you know, so I'm fine with it.
You just got plastic surgery to look at like the other girl that I like. It's nice. Nice.
Sick, bro. Sick.
You never noticed me, so now I'm gonna make you notice me by spending
Senpai.
thousands of dollars on cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they both get
Sent
good,
to heaven,
good
or
mask
reincarnation.
and, reincarnation on their way. So pretty
Good
I don't
good
know,
end.
It was a good
Good
episode. Good.
Which is-
Decent enough twist.
Mhm.
Yeah,
or
which
whatever.
is kind of like a weird thought because it's like, all right, so they ended like on a positive note, but they're still going to reincarnation, so there's still a chance that they may never meet. I mean, that's super like depressing to think about. But I
Yeah,
mean,
now
like,
he has to get
maybe they're
plastic surgery.
soulmates. How about that? Maybe they're soulmates. They're meant to be
Soulmates.
together.
They're
Soulmates.
intertwined.
Soulmates.
And, destined to meet back with each other or whatever.
Maybe that's the point of
Probably
them
not,
sending
though.
them back up. No, probably not. But this is the first
They get
case of them both going
reincarnated.
back up.
Into
bugs.
another show that is being animated by Mappa.
Wow.
What in Kakaguru?
No. Currently
Sorry,
airing. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's where they intertwine as a
Where
golden
the
duo.
names Kenta or Enta and Kazuki.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick, bro.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Easy.
Dope.
I mean, I like this episode. It was I feel like it's like still kind of early for like a change of pace, like positive, like uplifting, because it didn't really get like sad in the first two episodes. It was got kind of depressing a little bit, but it's like, oh man, that's super unfortunate. But all right, whatever, moving
It's
on.
But
kinda
they're dead,
showing
that's
you,
what
like,
happens.
Exactly.
I just gotta show you like the different like walks of life type of people that are gonna be coming through.
It's not all
more,
just
so-
bad people.
It's not all
Right.
people trying to kill each other.
right.
thinking they
Exactly.
cheated on each other. Yada yada.
And murdering babies. And,
Although I have to say, at the very end, when they show the girl in the elevator, and like they showed half of her face was before plastic surgery, I thought like,
Yeah.
oh, did she have a stroke?
those are the signs, Rolando. So I know if I ever have a stroke on camera, you're gonna call the ambulance for me.
Drew, you okay?
Are you all right, bro?
No.
No, I don't.
Start drooling.
Drooling.
Oh man.
I smell toast.
I smell Nutella. It smells like
No burnt toast,
Nutella.
man. Hey, my left arm really hurts.
Sign of a heart attack is smelling Nutella. I'm telling you right now. That's how you know.
Damn.
Yeah. Your body craves the sugar to make your heart work again. So Nutella. Science.
Is that
Yeah.
science? Huh?
Yeah. Doctors told me that. Yeah. WebMD doctors, they told me that.
WebMD. That's what you found on WebMD.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Well,
dude.
let's wrap up. So this week was yeah, like we said, it wasn't like a whole lot to talk about. It was nice. It was a nice change of pace, I think, because I was totally expecting like really depressing and like kind
Or
of fucked up
more
stories.
background as to kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
But I feel
So-
like from what I remember, the pacing of the show is pretty good. So I'm expecting next week. I remember what happens, but I can't remember specifics in terms of episodes. So I think we'll get some new characters next week. I think
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Like new arbiter characters. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Because like they
Something
hint at a
along
lot
those
of them in
lines,
the
yeah.
in the OP.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well, cool. So any final thoughts before we move on to the next show?
oh shit.
Alexa.
What are your thoughts on
Alexa,
Death
They're
Note,
having a
Alexa?
domestic. They're having a domestic.
Yeah, you tell her.
Yeah, you tell her.
Oh fuck, I forgot to unmute myself on stream, so you guys could hear me, but they couldn't.
All right. Well, let's move on to our other Orashiri show. we're watching Bakano episode 3, and yet again we got another week of just I don't know what's going on.
I don't like it.
So
I don't
many
like it.
different
Can we
characters.
drop it as a whole? We gave it the 3-episode rule.
I want it to get good, man. Like,
Yeah, I want a lot of
things
stuff to
start coming
get
together.
good.
I want things to start coming together and making sense. That's what I want. That's what I want out of this show.
What I'm gonna tell you right now is if you expect that, you're gonna end up at episode 12. Someone's getting chainsawed by a girl from elementary school, and you're like,
Literally nobody
What did I
dies
just
because they're all
watch?
coming back to life.
Yeah.
Like
It's
the whole
just so
city is just immortal.
this show's just so bizarre. It's just like nothing really happens, and it's just a lot of yelling and nonsense.
Everyone
then
is
there's, like-
too extra, is the way I would like to put it.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like that
good-
description. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like that the husband or the groom guy was just like way like super extra. Like what was his deal? It's just insane.
He like wants to murder
He's
people and stuff.
Literally insane.
actually
I
crazy.
just didn't know what was going on. It really that scene definitely made no sense to me. I was just like,
He's, like,
I
petting
don't
his
understand what this character is.
Bride. And
she's like, what the
and she's
And
like,
she
what are you
clearly
doing?
does not want to be there.
like, don't-
Like,
Like, you look at her, she's just like, don't pet me. Like, don't know
fucking
what-
touch me.
Yeah.
Don't you
I mean, like,
fucking touch me.
the guy with the rats and like is he the like responsible or is he testing things? Like I
Yeah.
don't know what his
And
He
he's
just
got like
shows
this
up.
box like my fucking precious.
Yeah.
Like don't
He's like,
don't touch it.
right. And so like he gets mugged and then those guys have no idea who he is but end up taking his box anyways. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, so
'Cause they want
do they
his
actually
box.
know? They want to get at his box. They want to see what's inside. They
They're,
want
hunt-
his
they're hunting the
Shurikodama,
beaver.
dude.
They're hunting the beaver.
Can we have? Well, I don't know. The one thing I did like was the Firo fight. That was pretty cool. His barehanded fight was awesome. I liked that. But I don't know.
The fight was good. The music is still good, but everything else that's happening is very
It's
bizarre.
not good.
Yeah. The
I got-
OP's awesome.
The
I love
OP is dope.
OP.
The music starts out so good, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't watch OPs, and I watched that one. Well, not watched it. I listened to it for the music. I'm like, this is pretty dope.
It's like Cowboy Bebop. It's really good. It's that nice jazzy tune, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rolando. You're very. I feel like you have a lot of strong opinions about this too.
I just don't like the characters. I think everything is too over the top and weird. Just doesn't make any sense. Like, I can understand why it doesn't make sense because we're still looking at all the viewpoints, but I just don't like any of the characters. Like,
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm
don't
expecting
like-
I'm expecting a fucking old school mafia movie type, or like, you know, that type of show, and it's just a
And
bunch
it's
of
not.
flamboyant Americans
Extras.
with their jazz
Yeah.
hands going all over the place.
That's how you make good TV. Jazz hands. Spirit
we,
fingers. These
Yeah,
are
do
gold.
we go another
I was
episode
gonna say,
and then
do we
take it
give
to a
it
vote?
one more?
Well,
Like,
Mark, I was asking earlier, and you said it's supposed to get good around 3 or 4. So maybe
That's
we
what I
give it
heard.
till 4, and if it's still we hate it, I am totally fine with not watching it anymore.
yeah, I want to give it 4.
I would rather
but-
watch a different show.
I mean, at this point, we're already 4 episodes into Order Shuri. We should just keep going with Death Parade.
But we-
kind of.
We still, yeah. I mean,
We'll
I'll
see.
keep Death Parade. No. I mean, I would rather watch a different show with that time. Is what I'm saying. Whether we talk about it or not, I'd rather just start
Well,
something
and-
else.
just
I mean,
cover a
if
different
it
show.
ends up
Yeah.
next week not being good and Attack on Titan starts picking up, which I think it might be a good to switcherino. But I'd like to watch one more episode of it before
Sponsor us.
we drop it.
Sorry.
Yeah. like I want it to get good. Like I
I do
like some
too.
of the
I
characters.
mean,
like it's interesting.
I
Like
want-
the world itself is interesting to me, but
I want it to
I
get
don't
good because
know.
I don't want to sit here thinking I spent an hour watching a show that I just really don't like. At least with
Absolutely
King's Game,
despise.
I got to the point where I was like, "This is so stupid. It's meme worthy," and I love
Well,
it
and that's
now.
that's
but-
at least good for the meme.
Yeah.
This doesn't have very
Yeah.
many
no.
good
I'm like,
memes.
what
It
do I
just has-
mean?
It's
Yeah.
I think like the reason why I like it so much is like I like shows that have just like a lot of things going on. Like Durarara was like kind of similar, but it was very
That at
like a lot
least-
more streamlined than this.
Yeah, exactly.
better.
Like, because that's what I want to compare the show to, but Durarara is just better. It's just
Yeah, oh no,
in
no,
every
the,
way.
the characters
So
are
far,
more
at
likable. The action is good. The music is good. The pacing is like way better.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a show that we could watch.
I haven't
first
seen
season
it,
of
so
Durarara.
You've never seen
no,
Durarara?
no, man.
It's
Oh
good.
well,
There's a lot of
maybe-
stuff I haven't seen. There's a lot of stuff we all haven't seen. All right, but no, I haven't seen it.
Um,
Y'all haven't seen King's Game, and you need to get up on that shit.
I watched the first
That-
couple episodes of
I
that.
watched
Yeah,
the
but you
first
missed
two
out on the
episodes.
last couple, and those.
I don't
want
want
to
see
best.
weird chick chainsawing people.
I don't
So
want to
good.
get to that low
Anyway.
point of my
It's
anime
not a low
watching.
point. It's not a low point. It's not a low point. It's like watching
Yeah.
SpongeBob. All right, it's the same thing. It's just comedy, just bad comedy.
I don't.
No,
I
I think
don't. I don't
SpongeBob
get-
is actually way better. Than
we might as well.
It's like watching
agree
Kung
with you
Fu
there.
Enter the Fist. You don't watch it because it's good. You watch it because it's stupid.
Because he wants to enter
Well,
the
it's
fist.
supposed to be stupid.
Yes, I know. I
That
think
was
King's
the
Game
thing.
is supposed to be stupid too.
Don't
I think it is
was.
I
because
don't think so.
I think so
I
because
don't- I
honestly,
do
if
not
you
think
watch the
so.
whole thing,
it's not.
if you think
It's
if you watch the
definitely
whole
not.
thing, it's like nah, you can't take yourself seriously. You just can't.
No.
you can't.
There are a lot
No.
of horror shows that are exactly like King's Game and are equally
This
as
one's
bad and
different.
takes itself seriously.
This one's different
Yeah.
though. This
the
one
Lost
doesn't.
Village, another.
Yeah.
Lost Village
Another,
isn't very
yes.
good.
They're both shows that take itself seriously and are exactly like King's Game.
This didn't. Trust me, doesn't take itself seriously. It's
No,
different.
it takes itself seriously.
It's comedy.
Let's lay that to rest.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, let
too good.
King's Rest
disagree.
be dead.
King's
Yeah.
Rest be dead.
Let the king
I
rest.
think
Let him rest.
King's Rest is a dungeon in WoW.
Let him rest.
Bring it back.
Let him rest. All right, let's move on then. We'll
One-
wait
one more week of this.
episode, one more week
week.
of Bakano,
I'm
and then
fine
we'll
with
see.
that.
We'll take a vote and
If I don't like it, I'm.
yeah.
It's not
All right,
fun.
one more week.
Yeah.
24 minutes. That's all. That's all you
Yeah,
got to
20,
give it.
24
Plus
minutes.
that banging OP, dude. You can listen
Yeah,
to
that's
OP.
literally the best
exactly.
part of all of it. The rest of it is.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. So, all right. Well,
Before we go on, just one thing
Yeah.
real quick. My favorite part of the OP is when the old man gives him the candy bar that says Bakano on it, and the look on his face like, "Ugh." That's the best part. So look for that next time.
Next time.
for that. All right. Well, let's move on to our happy hour. Attack on Titan, season 3, part 2, episode 1. Jesus.
Haven't watched it.
there's
a- there's a
lot going on.
In
Yeah,
case
you haven't
spoilers,
seen it
I'm gonna
yet.
run to the bathroom. So. I'll be
All right.
back.
Well.
So talk about
all right.
it,
That's
and
fine.
Then I'll just.
Yeah, good luck. You're
I mean-
spoiled.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
don't
not
get
much to
spoiled.
spoil on it.
Yeah. Like we kind of know what's gonna happen
know what's
if
gonna
you remember
happen.
where it left
I
off.
mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It picked up exactly where it lives off. You know, they send them off to go retake Wall Maria. They arrive at Wall Maria, and there's the confrontation between what did we call it? We called him the Hairy Titan, 8 Titan,
He's the Beast Titan. Is what he's
Beast
called.
Titan,
Blonde
Okay,
Aaron's dad.
Yeah, blonde Aaron dad. We have the confrontation between him and Erwin. We clog up. I was trying to fight back that sneeze so bad. We clog up one wall. We find was it Reiner hanging out in the wall?
He made a
wall,
little
right.
like fucking paper mache freaking wall part. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
no, that's great, dude. You
Yeah, I
made
like how
that look
they,
like a
like-
wall. Just like they tap on it and it sounds
they cut
like
to him. He has 3 little holes.
it sounds like it's
breathing holes.
cardboard. Like what the fuck?
Oh, by the way, there's something right here.
Like, what the fuck?
That we got the glimpse of that Levi reflexes though, that Ackerman gene going
That was
right
legit.
after him. That was sick.
That was really badass. But I do like that Commander Erwin is like trusting Armin a lot more, because I mean, like, people kind of doubt Armin and don't really believe that he has a lot to offer, but he does. Like he's really smart. He has.
I was thinking
He's
about
the
this too.
storyteller. Of course, he's
Yeah.
smart.
I was thinking about this too, and just in terms of like the scouts in general, and when they were first like kind of introducing the scouts, and they joined them or whatever, they were saying like if you come back from one mission, you are like exponentially like better than like your dog.
Well, they talk
you're
about
like
that.
yeah, it's like you're like exponentially better than like the average soldier, and so like Armin has come back from quite a few battles, you know, so it's like he's no pushover anymore, and you know, kind of like where he started.
And he's been the catalyst
same with all
too,
of them
in a lot of their
you know,
turnarounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
this
mean,
is it's like a big deal that they're back there again, because I forget who says it. I think Armin says it, but like they're back at their home. Like this is back to season 1, you know, where all of this shit went down and people like lost their minds and lost their homes, literally.
We got that glimpse. We got that little baby glimpse of the basement there. So I asked you, Mark. I'm like, are we getting there finally? And you know, who knows? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't.
Probably,
But,
right?
yeah.
They combined all the openings into one for this season.
The opening was cool.
The opening was cool. It showed a lot, though. I
Yeah.
did want to mention that they're like bordering slime guy with like
Spoilers.
showing everything from from the next.
One of the things that they showed, and I may be totally off base as to like this is the person I thought, but they showed Ape Titan guy sitting down on the wall talking to Erwin. Like that like happened in the OP. So I'm like, what's going on here? So
There's
That's
a
his
lot of
dad,
stuff
dude.
that was in there, and you know somebody's gonna go by this like frame by frame and like dissect it. So yeah, definitely.
He's
be
probably
careful
just
of,
The
like,
Walking
any
Dead.
spoilers or something. I don't know.
The Walking Dead.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's
I
what's gonna
think so.
happen.
Yeah.
Also, this week in Death Parade, we had perfect bowling form. We also had perfect shock put form in
Oh, yeah.
Attack on
The
Titan. That was
fucking
beautiful.
Beast Titans.
Beautiful.
Jesus.
They're like, oh, he missed. No, he didn't.
No, he
Got
aimed
him.
perfectly. I give it a 10.
So Alec, close your ears because I'm gonna talk about next week for a second. But I am looking forward to hopefully more
give me a
MMA
thumbs up
battle
when I'm good.
between Reiner and Aaron. I feel like that's gonna go down because that's again what they showed in the OP. He's gonna get
Right. Well,
those
it was in the
brass knuckle
preview.
hardening, and you know we're gonna.
I just want to
it
know
was
how
in
we
the
get
preview.
to.
So
I just want to know how we get to the shit that showed up during the ending of last season.
what was that? Remind me.
The like where it was showing the ending song and then it glitched out and then showed like Levi attacking Aaron and then Mikasa attacking Levi.
Right.
That thing. I want to know how.
We
they get there.
also did we ever get resolution onto like what Levi did with the vials that his uncle or whatever gave him?
He's just holding on to it.
He's holding
Holding on to them. Yep.
All
That
right.
is correct. Well, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think like I said, this is going to be a action-packed season. It's going to be good. People
I'm back.
that may not have liked the last season will probably like this
It's
season.
shaping up better than last season. is
That's
what-
good
Yeah,
to know.
yeah. The last season had its really good.
I
points
liked the
and
political stuff though. I know a lot of
Right,
people
yes.
didn't, but I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Well, there were
So
some
we'll
points
see.
that just
We'll
weren't
keep watching this.
good for me in 2.
Right. See, that's a valid argument.
But I did enjoy some of it. But anyways,
Yeah. Well. All right. So let's
I
move on.
joined in on what anyone was saying, so I just pretended to
I think-
be included.
Well, let's move on to the next show. One Punch Man season 2. Alec, yeah, you caught up on this as well, right?
Yeah, so good. I love this show.
It's
I love
yeah.
this show. The jokes are just.
Garo
I got my Opie
I need to go to
on this
this, man.
week.
I do.
I do
Seriously.
this. Yeah.
So
So
stupid.
Garo is like shaping up to be one of the baddest bad guys. And
Yeah.
And
he's pretty
Saitama
cool.
is happy about that. If you could, you couldn't tell.
Although I love their first interaction at the grocery store. And he's like, "Don't interrupt my shopping." Just fucking.
I just love
my
that
God.
he's not actually talking to him. He's like, "Oh, I found you."
Oh yeah.
He's just like, "Oh."
And he's like, "Who are you?" And he just. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
good.
The comedy in the show is just so good.
It's so well timed.
Yeah,
It is.
That's the big thing. It's like the timing is perfect. It's really well directed. So it's like a lot of the jokes are maybe like reused or like super like over the top because that's like what the show is. But the timing for a lot of it, it's just like the stupid shit too. Because they'll be like in their house, like they're talking to the
They're all
one
hanging
bro,
out
and then
King
King's like in the background. He's like, "Hey, when you guys are done talking, let's start playing again." It's like,
Yeah,
what
I
the
just
hell?
love it's like so they include another character like Fubuki, and she just has no idea. She's just like there. And
Yeah.
she's just like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, who is this guy?
So maybe I should
Yeah.
join them.
Yeah. It's like, damn, I thought I was hot shit,
Right.
but really not.
This guy's a fucking B-class hero, and he knows everybody. I don't understand. He's playing video games with King.
Yeah. So, I mean, we didn't get like a whole lot of fights in this, but I mean, Alec, what is your take compared to last season? Because I know Drew and I had this kind of conversation last week.
I think if it keeps kind of following the way it's going, I'll like this season even better. Because I like that they're setting up this kind of big dude, and it'll kind of be like, I really enjoyed the fight that Saitama had at the end of last season against that one dude who kept leveling up, and it was that big old fight. It was cool to watch.
The alien guy.
And just kind of seeing that, and I really like how I can't remember if it's the same in season 1, but they do that like facial expression changes a lot on Saitama, and it seems more abundant than before, and I've just been really enjoying it. So if it keeps kind of following the same trend, and if Garo gets stronger and stronger, and we can see a cool fight, also the ninja dude, I just think it's shaping up to be really like fun to watch and have some cool fights coming up, and they'll keep the comedy. So
Right. We'll have the martial arts tournament. So,
oh yeah, that's coming up.
tournament art.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. That's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Yeah, Taranko is like,
you
wait,
you can't
where are you
impersonate
going?
me, and he's just like,
He's like, all right, thanks.
yeah,
It's like
thanks, bye.
3 million yen.
I
This is
love
what
the
I need to
whole
enter.
hospital scene where he's like, "Here, have a banana." That like he was bribing people with bananas.
He puts it on his leg. He's like, don't put that there.
Oh man, or the
Wait,
tank
who
top
is this
dude.
guy?
Yeah, who is this guy? And he's like, "What? How do you not know me?" The guy.
Yeah. We also
So
got the return of the greatest hero, Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider.
Oh, Moon
yeah.
Rider. Oh my god. What is it?
love that guy.
What is it? Something Crash? What's his call? out?
Justice Crash.
Justice Crash. And he just fucking gets his ass beat. Oh man.
So good.
Slammed his
Yeah.
face down.
Moomin
good.
Rider. I love Moomin Rider. The best.
Oh man,
He's the best among us.
this season's gonna be good. I'm really excited for this
Yeah.
season.
I think it'll be really, really good as well.
Nice.
Oh man.
Cool. Well, all right,
Yeah.
so let's move on.
Yeah.
Sarazanmai. Are we all watching this? Alec, have you
I'm
seen
gonna
this?
start watching it. I was gonna watch it today after Game of Thrones.
Please do. Please
Yeah.
do yourself a
It's
favor and
good.
watch
Yeah,
this.
no, I was gonna start it the other day, or Friday, but I ended up going out, and then Saturday I was just like kind of hungover, so I just ate food and did nothing.
Jacked up.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
exactly, Rolando.
Yep.
Fair enough.
That's the
Fair
cure.
enough.
That's the cure.
Got to get it all
Watch the
out.
show.
Exactly. However you can.
That's the hangover cure.
Expel.
That's the true hangover cure.
Oh
Please,
my god.
Please don't.
Let's move on.
Well, all right.
Quickly.
Yeah, please don't. All right. So episode 3. This is the kiss episode. This is definitely an interesting one. I mean, I kind of expected like there's definitely like some like kind of some weird like gay tones in the previous
Weird
episodes.
gay tone.
Not like, but just like weird tones, but like homosexual tones, and then like definitely comes out in this episode, which is like it's totally cool. Like I think it's interesting because a lot of like the male characters in the show aren't really like super masculine, so it's definitely an interesting take. Like the little brother, for instance. Like
I haven't even watched it.
I thought it was a little sister at first.
Oh.
Yeah. We talked
Yeah.
about that last episode.
Right.
The
And then
name
there was
Haruka
another-
is kind of a
It's-
unisex name.
Mm-hmm. And then there's like the plot twist, or I guess not really plot twist. I don't know. That was a weird reveal that he's actually, I don't know,
Sick.
yeah,
Somehow
some
sick.
kind of
Weak
sick.
constitution.
There you go. Yeah.
Can't walk.
Oh shit.
Can't walk.
My
I
legs.
don't know.
No.
I don't know. which actually makes sense for Kazuki's character of like why he feels so protective and like wants to make his little brother so happy, like why he tries so hard to make him happy. Which I think
I'm kind of glad for that, because I felt that at least in like last week that he was like super babying his brother. It's like,
right,
you're gonna set this guy up for failure when he grows up and realizes that everything's a fucking lie. Like, but I don't know. It makes me at least feel a little bit better that he's lying to the little brother. But,
or maybe the brother's dying or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, if you're in that kind of situation, it makes sense. You want to make him happy, you know, until the very end. So that's admirable. It leads to some weird situations though, like cross-dressing and kissing boys. You know.
Yep.
You know,
that's
different strokes,
different
folks. What happens?
It happened.
That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you pull desires out of buttholes. That also happens in the show.
What's the monster that does
Smooch.
that? What is that? The
kappa.
demon? The kappa.
The
kappa.
Yeah.
You'll get your full dose of that, Alec, when you start watching.
It's the chupacabra.
So, someone put in here like talking about the otters and the kappas.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because they actually, at first I thought it was like a weasel or something.
Oh, it's utterly unbelievable.
Yes.
The apparently, so the kawauso is like the river otter in Japanese, is also apparently regarded as a yokai like kappas are, and they're in some areas they're actually viewed as a type of kappa because they like to play pranks on humans. And
like
you know, they
fairies.
dwell in the river and shit like that. So
one other thing I wanted to point out too, and I don't know if this has like a very strong correlation to this or whatever, but Ikuhara tends to draw like, I guess not draws, but like he pulls in like animal imagery, so penguins, Yurikuma, penguin drum, Yurikuma, bears, Saranzanmai, otters, or kappa. So it's been done by him before. And when you look at the smartphone with like the little app with the otter on it, there's some similar kind of imagery to that in Penguin Drum when they're in the subway. It reminds me of that because it's even the colors are kind of the same. So it's just something that he likes, I guess. I don't know if it's like 100% correlated with each other, but it's a unique style that I've seen him do before.
Interesting. Yeah, I was kind of confused as to like why the otter was the representation of the desire and like why they're like the antagonist.
So here, I got you, Mark.
Yeah.
So regarding Japanese folklore, so otters, they tend to do things like shapeshift into beautiful women to trick men. And like there's apparently there are like some stories from Kaga, now known as Ishikawa Prefecture, in that there were otters that would shapeshift into women, invite males out, and then kill and eat them. You know, that's an interesting thing. There's a lot of ones where they talk about otters like mimicking sounds and words of humans, and
sorry, they're going crazy. They hate whatever's going on out there.
I don't like otters, dude.
Yeah, otters.
Let me find the exact thing. There was like something about otters mimicking humans. Hold on, let me find the exact phrase. So Kawauso are fond of playing pranks on humans, especially by mimicking sounds and words. So they enjoy calling out human names or random words at strangers walking in the street and watching their confused reactions. So like they're known to be playful, and like mischievous, and like I think that plays well into the antagonist side of this thing, because they're kind of converting actual human desires, those emotions, into just literal desire, one-sided, in gathering that those negative emotions, whereas the kappa are helping, because kappas, like, well, they are seen as like tricksters. Like there are ones, there are kappa that will help humans. Like if you are able to get them to kind of be whatchamacallit, if you get like a kappa to be like
sympathetic to your cause or something.
No, it was like if you like, has everyone heard like the story about like how you like defeat a kappa is to get it to bow?
Yeah,
because it has the dish on its head that holds water.
Food.
And if it loses the water from the river, then it can't move and will probably die. Is what the sayings are. So like if you get it to bow, and then like it's stuck, but you go and like help it by giving it more water, it becomes I forgot what the word
like indebted to you.
Indebted to you, yeah. So if you get one indebted to you, like they'll be loyal to you. So like there are
what we're
more
seeing in the show too.
Yeah, exactly.
There are more like I guess stories of kappa not just being mischievous and like being helpful.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's where this kind of otters versus kappa thing is. Like the kappa are kind of interfering with the otters in this sense.
And I'm gonna like guess that that's the reason why they're receiving the dishes is that like a representation of like a gift from a kappa kind of.
I think just dishes have to do with kappa because that's what they're they call the
it's
thing on
a
their
nice
head.
like plot device too, because it like keeps the boys together, even though they might not necessarily want to all be working together because they all have their own end goal. But I think it's like a plot device.
Yeah.
That silver dish.
The what?
5 of them.
Silver dish.
Five silver dish.
Silver
yeah.
dish.
Yeah.
Right.
Did Toy receive that dish in that one? It seemed like Kenta kind of kept that one. I didn't really
Kenta
notice.
kept it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Toy was like, just you keep that one.
The other
One
thing,
other thing. Oh, go for it, Rolando.
is the name Sara Zanmai. So like Sara is dish, and then Zanmai tends to be like indulgence. So like if you like to do something specifically, like Zanmai is like a noun that tends to be added. Like if you go shopping a lot, they might like, I don't know the exact like phrasing, but like Zanmai is like something kind of like it's not like all you can eat or anything, but like it's like you're very indulgent. So I think that plays well with what we've seen so far, because it's like there's the desires, there's the dishes,
Right.
and then they want to fulfill their desires with the dishes, so it kind of plays
exactly.
well with on each other.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like it's as weird as this show is, and as like super out there as it is, there's like a lot of meaning behind it, which is really cool. It's enjoyable that it's not just a fucking random and weird show.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, it is random and weird, but
It is
random
no,
and
no
weird,
doubt.
yeah.
But like at least there's like meaning behind some things, and like they're especially the fact that they're like in like a real life location, like they're showing like real real world locations, and it's tied to places especially that we've been to, and it's tied to like Japanese folklore. I think it's pretty cool.
We'll see how weird it gets though, because his shows tend to get really fucking weird by the end. So we'll see. I'm interested to see where it goes though, because even though some of them do get kind of weird, I don't want to go in depth of like some of the other shows than like where they go, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in this show in particular. One other thing I wanted to point out, then we can move on, is the cell phone picture that the sister had. It was kind of like a shout out to like a couple of his different styles, because you have like the colors from the Academy from Utena, you have like the Sailor Moon sort of like big eyes, we call it like triangle chin, so
Pointy
kind of
chins.
that classic imagery from from the cell phones, which was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like there was a bunch of just different styles of like art on there in the pictures. That was pretty funny.
Very cool.
All right, well let's move on. I think only a few of us are watching Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know I said last week I absolutely love the show. I still think it's good. So this is episode 3.
Mark,
Yeah,
did you know that every time that they take a picture on Instagram in the show, there is a actual Instagram that has those pictures? That's very cool.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can go and search like Carol and Tuesday on Instagram, and they have like an actual account on there where they're uploading the pictures that are coming from the anime, which is awesome. I think it's cool. It's like a cross kind of platform thing. I actually might follow them. I think it'll be pretty cool. It'll be interesting.
They don't have very much on there, but it's cool.
Right. I mean, on the show they only have like 3 pictures on there or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this week's episode was, I mean, it was still good. There was kind of some issues that I had with it, and I know Rolando kind of had the same or similar thought as well. But I wanted to ask you, Rolando, like about like what you thought about like the audio production and like music production, because we talked last week about this like jump from voice actor work to like studio work, and there's kind of like this disconnect there where they'll immediately turn to like, you know, an English speaking voices, and then it definitely sounds like they're in a studio. This week there was kind of like a somewhat of a segue into like a studio song at one point, them being in a laundromat.
Yeah, it was the laundromat song.
Right. Which I thought was interesting. I mean, it's cool. It's cool that like they can like kind of like build it into a song. Like I like that, but the song itself was I don't know.
To me, it didn't even really need the laundromat thing. Like, it felt like that part was just like them fucking around in a laundromat, and then it turned into a completely different song. But the issue I had with the song was, I don't know if they were trying to place their vocals into Carol's apartment, but like it sounded like a very shitty digital reverb plate that they were using, and it made the auto tuning super apparent on the singing. So it was like, I don't know, the auto tuning was pretty obvious. The reverb they used to, I don't know if it was the reverb they were just using for the song, or if they were trying to make it sound like it was coming from their apartment, but it just sounded fake and shitty.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I didn't think that the production quality of this like song in this episode was really that great.
Guitar sounded like ass.
That too, yeah. I was like, what is this guitar sound right now? Like, what's happening? I mean, like I said, like I like the idea of like kind of having this build up into a song, like just randomly, like kind of breaking out into a song. Like I was on board with the idea of like being them in the laundromat and like start singing. Because like that's kind of like what they said that they wanted to do, was just like play shows and, you know, have people listen to them, and it's like, all right, well, like let's just break out into song. But then when it went into this like into the apartment, and then it went into like full studio quality and like it definitely changed the sound. I don't know, I felt like I was lost a little bit there. I wasn't as on board with that.
It's different compared to their performance at the Mars Immigration Theater or whatever.
With the piano.
Yeah,
with the piano, right. I mean, like
the MIT?
The MIT.
Is that what they called it?
No. But Mars Immigration
that's what
Theater.
We'll call it.
MIT.
Oh, yeah, when they performed at MIT.
Yeah, when they performed at MIT.
MIT. I don't know. Like I still like the show. I think the OP is actually really, really cool. It's really fun to watch, just because there's so many different art styles in the OP, and the music's pretty good.
The music's
too.
good in the opening song.
Yeah.
So was the ending song.
The ending song, yeah, the ending song's really good. So yeah, I mean, Alec, are you watching the show?
Yeah, I caught up. I watched all 3. I liked the first 2. The third one, I kind of agree, it was a little bit funky at times. But I still really enjoy the show, and I want to keep watching it. I think the first 2 were really good, and so the third one being less good kind of left me a little disappointed, but it just makes me want the fourth one to be, you know, even better, and so I'm looking forward to that. But
to me, the third episode felt like an anime made in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
just
plot-wise,
just like
or...
how the plot turned out and the pacing and everything. Like the execution felt like it was an older anime.
I could see that. Yeah, it's interesting.
This is a big sad for you, Mark. You were comparing this to Violet Evergarden.
No, it's still good, man. I still like
really
the
good.
show.
Yeah.
I still really like the show.
visual style is really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They do some really good expressions.
The music
girls.
itself, like the soundtrack, is still really good too. Like it's still got really good soundtrack. I just do hope that like some of the production and like the studio switching is a little bit less abrasive than it was in this episode. But we'll see. Yeah. So one other thing that I did notice, and I saw somebody posted this like on like the watch thread, was that they use the same currency that's in Cowboy Bebop. What is it called? It's like yeah. So this technically, since it's from the same creator, could take place in the same. Could be a prequel. Could take place in the same universe.
So he does this for all the shows. Space Dandy did this.
Space Dandy,
Cowboy Bebop did this. Every show that he does, it all takes place in the same universe for sure.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a nice little nod. It's still.
Now I'm realizing why I said it seemed like a show from the 90s. Is like the episode pacing felt like like a Cowboy Bebop episode. That was just about, something random.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It didn't feel like there was plot and everything, but like the way the episode played out felt like a
it was
Cowboy
almost
Bebop
like the
episode.
Yeah, it was almost like there was like plot with like no real direction. It just kind of just like went up and down. And,
it was something that happened.
Advancement.
Like things happened, but like as an episode together, it wasn't really like, this is what is supposed to happen in the episode. It's just like, no, things happened.
Yeah, agreed. Well, I mean, of course, I'll keep watching this. Drew, I think you should watch it.
It's good.
You should watch it, man.
Maybe if we drop Bakano, I'll consider it.
If you have strong feelings about the music industry, then you should watch it.
This guy. All right. Well,
all I listen to is anime music. I open up YouTube and I turn on OPs and endings and chill lo-fi beats to study, chill, relax, game. I can't think of any other words.
chill hop music. Chill hop jazz music for studying and getting work done faster while you're working or studying at home alone.
While also studying and working.
Well,
and maybe perhaps gaming at home.
And trying to chill. Okay. All right, let's move on. We have kind of put this show on the back burner because not all of us are watching it, but it's been a few weeks.
Fuck this show.
I'd say it's time to get back into discussion on Rising of the Shield Hero. Alec, are you caught up? You are, right? Have you been watching this?
Which one?
Shield Hero?
Yeah.
Shield Hero.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, a lot has happened. I can't even remember like where we left off. All I can think of is
last season.
I think we were before the last wave.
Okay, so now he's like trying to go to the other continent. Like they get caught. Raftalia. Oh god, somebody's yelling outside. It sounded really crazy.
Disturbance in the forest.
They just start yelling. What address they're at. You're like, oh!
That was really creepy. It sounded like they were right outside my house.
I thought that was someone in one of your houses. I didn't think they were outside. I was like, oh, someone's just
they were like right outside my window. Let's hope not.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's still aggravating at points because we still have fucking mine showing up out of nowhere, and it's just so annoying.
We don't speak that word here.
It's just, oh god, it's unbearable. Her character is just, I guess, written really well because absolutely hate her.
You're supposed to hate her, I think.
You're supposed to hate her, yeah.
And they did a good job because
they really did.
Okay, so what I'll agree with is I don't like the fact that we're supposed to somehow agree with the fact that the king is just an idiot and that we should feel less sorry, or we should feel a little sorry for him. Like, no, he's just a weak guy that has to hide behind his wife and daughters and try to act like he's the fucking man, even though he married into the matriarchy and is just a piece of shit.
Like, it's a matriarchal system, so like I don't understand why he still has so much power.
Because
like the daughters are still there, the wife is somewhere else. I mean, but like
I think because they haven't come of age yet, and the other daughter is an idiot.
Melty is supposed to be she's the crown princess, so
right,
she's the next queen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand like why she isn't like stepping into charge in the kingdom, and
I'm
she's
wondering
just so oblivious to everything.
Why the king married in? Because he keeps talking about how his family he's like doing this again to my family. So I'm like, did he marry into the kingdom so he could fuck over the shield hero or some shit?
I'm gonna guess.
It's like
there's something going on with that kingdom.
Yeah,
because they have a fucking cult religion
for
that worships the other 3
three
heroes.
Yeah,
and then. The new queen not new, but like the queen Filolial, she's just like, why the
you guys
fuck
are stupid.
like are you guys fighting? And also you guys weren't all supposed to be summoned into the same country.
First of all,
everywhere else is getting fucked and
everyone else
it.
is getting fucked and I'm
fuckers. I'm
it.
so tired. I'm just gonna kill you all and do it all myself.
Just gonna take a gander. I'm gonna wonder if the shield hero was supposed to be summoned at Shieldengren or whatever that fucking country was called. It's like,
maybe.
I wonder if he was supposed to be summoned into this country.
Right. So
I also
that's
don't like
one
the
of
archer.
Things I'm glad about. You don't like the archer?
I think the archer's annoying. Like until he
up.
gets like redeemed. Right now he's like, I didn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
I helped those people. No, you fucked those people.
Up.
So he's really annoying too.
They all have that kind of quality.
I don't
the
mind
archer and the sword guy are
swordman.
less.
Yeah, Kirito is just Kirito.
Kirito's just the spear guy is awful just because he's a fucking idiot.
He's just an idiot. Like,
he's a fucking moron.
It's hard to be mad at him because like now
He's
I'm just like,
annoying.
you're actually just stupid.
Yeah, no, he's really
so
stupid. He's just annoying because I'm like, God, just stop being a character, man. You're just annoying and dumb. And he's also kind of creepy with
oh yeah, he's into
Philo.
lollies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, now you're gonna be little forever.
Just a smidge pedophilic, yeah.
Okay.
Not a smidge.
Right.
I don't like that.
Ew, ew, ew.
Ew, 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 ew.
Ew, 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 ew.
The sword dude isn't so bad though. He's like kind of redeeming of himself.
Yeah.
So.
It is promising that like they're like actually finding out about
all that shit.
Secret religious cult and you know that shit isn't as happy-go-lucky.
They're like they're hiding something. They don't just love us. They love us, and that's weird.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So it also kind of begs the question that how much does Mine actually know, and like what is her actual end goal? Because she saw them going into that secret library and she was like, yeah, you're not supposed to see any of this.
Well, from what we've seen, I don't think this church has been around for too long because I don't think like this whole demi-human discrimination thing has been like that widespread for a long period of time in Melromark. It's probably been a thing, in the world itself. Because even the Queen Filolial is talking about how, some people don't like the shield hero because he sides with the demi-humans.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like that was like a widespread thing in Melromark at least, because there are people like Van. Was that his name? Van or whatever?
Van?
The
I think
the lord
Van.
that was all the
Melty's friend or whatever.
All of his
the
his subjects
fuck, dude.
were trying to save him, like the demi-humans love him because he's a good lord to them.
And his stealth levels are off the chart.
Yeah.
But he's frail.
Stealth levels.
So like I'm wondering how long this church has been around. And I'm wondering if it's like a specific thing to the Kingdom of Melromark.
Maybe, I don't know, honestly. I don't think I've actually read past this point. I think after the filial queen killed that dragon thing, I think this is where I stopped.
Oh, yeah, you didn't want to get spoiled on whether she kills the heroes or not, huh?
Exactly. I was like, oh god, I need to stop right now.
Oh no.
She's like, oh, she wants to eat the heroes.
Oh shit.
That's, I guess just try again.
Try again, okay. Oh shit. Well, the world's ended. She's like, fuck, I shouldn't have killed him. I can't defend all these places.
Dude, she could probably destroy the waves by herself.
In all the areas.
In all the lands. Yeah.
She just sends all the philos. Go, my philos. They're just pecking at shit.
Just eating everything.
Right. And now there's famine because the philos ate everything.
Yeah.
It's like locusts. Nice.
Yeah.
Locusts,
just a
but
few.
giant birds.
Just a few Lokis.
Now we
But
know
giant, but
though,
chocobos.
that in order for a Filolial to turn into a queen candidate, is she has to be raised by a hero.
By a hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why she got fat.
Yeah.
You can't say that, dude. You can't
Yeah,
say
I can. I just did.
You literally. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, any other thoughts on Shield Hero? What episode is this? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going up to 24. I don't remember what episode we're on right now.
15?
16? I think it's 16.
16?
I think so. Let me look.
16, 14, 15.
Is it 15?
15, 16, 16.
Yeah, it's 16.
You just throw a bunch of numbers out and see.
11,
Just keep
9,
listing
9.
them. We'll get them.
Definitely number
We'll get it.
10.
It's
Number
gonna be
10.
25 episodes, excuse me.
Yeah.
We'll get there. So I mean, like, we still got a ways to go. I mean, I'm hoping things start wrapping up, or things will wrap up at least in this series.
Soon.
I don't know if it'll get another season after this because I don't know if the manga's really like that far ahead.
Right.
I mean, I know that it's based off of light novels, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We all know what happened to Attack on Titan, and this show's actually pretty popular. So,
Right.
who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, excuse me.
Well, I will keep watching it.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you
missing out.
I won't.
All right, so let's move
Amen.
on to the last show that I have on here. I don't know who else is watching this. Alec, I think you watched the first couple episodes or first 2 episodes. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Yeah, I'm caught up on that one.
Yeah, this is a
Third
really cool
episode just came
show.
out. Yeah.
Right. I did notice that, or at least I thought that the animation quality like jumped up again in this latest episode. It was badass. Like,
Yeah, it was really good.
The water effects were so cool.
Yeah.
The fight scenes were just awesome.
It was really good. I thought they definitely improved it as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to begin with. That's why I was like so surprised. I mean, it's a good show. It's really well drawn.
It's just like you kind of expect a little bit of a decrease in quality when the fight scenes start, just like a smidge, just because they're faster and a lot more is going on. And it was just as good as like when they're just talking to each other. Maybe not like down to the face looking exactly the same, but where they made it up, like you said, with the cool water effects and even the thread thing he talks about with its like glint and all that looked really cool. And the demon he's fighting is dope. Like, even he's like kind of disgusting, but the way they animated his eyes with all the facial expression, his eyes was so good. Cool. And he kept doing that weird smile where his eyes got like, it just cracked me up. It was just funny.
Yeah, the show is good. Like it's like the fight scenes alone are awesome. I mean, it's done by Ufotable, if that's pronouncing it correctly. Who did what Fate Stay Night?
Fate, Blade, Unlimited Blade Works, and all
Unlimited
that
Blade Works.
shit.
Yeah, so I mean, like they know how to do fight scenes really well. If that's one thing they could do, at least like the fight scenes are like amazingly pleasing to look at. But like the rest of the show is really good. Like the plot is interesting enough. Like I think that this demon selection is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a good arc. And like from the OP itself, like you see a lot of interesting characters, like definitely unique looking characters as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a dude with like a boar's head. Like, what the
Right.
fuck is this guy?
and it's cool because you see some more like fight moves or sword skills or whatever you want to call them.
Different
coming
styles.
up.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they kind of evolve past what they show right now, or hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm glad that like the training itself didn't take too long, because
Right.
that's kind of what I was afraid of. Is
That's
that
the
like, oh,
worst.
you're like trying to build up this character, and it's like at times training can kind of drag on a little bit.
You get
but
like 3 episodes of training. You're like, we only get 12. This is a fourth of the show, man. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I really like the show. So, and at the end too, like you watch like after the credits where they had like the little like the characters, and then the sister like comes out and she's just like
got the
making
little
sound effects and
she's
making
like,
faces.
Yeah. And it's
I
not
love
quite
it. It's so
chibi,
great.
but it's chibi style, but not small. Like they don't draw them chibi, but they act all chibi.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good. It cracks me up. So.
Yeah, I really, really like the show. So I'm glad it's doing well, and it seems to be really popular too.
Oh, really? That's good. I want more.
Yeah,
so if it continues being like this,
I think the manga itself is actually doing pretty well as well
Okay.
in Japan.
then that
so,
means we'll
yeah.
probably get more.
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that wraps up our happy hour segment.
Ooh, it was
let's move on
happy.
to some news. It was
the news.
happy.
I'm pretty drunk.
I'm not
Yeah.
too bad because it was
I've
not.
been trying to kind of slow down
baby it.
some hosting.
Yeah, I got
yeah.
this much left. It's
From
been
that
there
big
for a
old
while,
class.
though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling it too, though. I'm not going to lie. All right. So, first piece of news. I know we were talking about Sarazanmai, and this is one that is definitely really funny. So, Ikuhara says he didn't tell anyone about the butt sucking in Sarazanmai when he pitched the show, but the creators still went along with it. I
don't know what they were expecting. It's a story
That-
about kappas, and they're known
I
for
mean-
doing that over there.
Well, he says in like an interview, he's like, I was surprised like when I brought it up that nobody decided to stop me.
Like, he just pitches it, and they're just like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he's like, all right, well.
He's like, all
It's
right, well,
kinda
I'm gonna put some butt sucking.
He's got it's like what I talked about last week. He's got
lasers.
enough clout in the industry where it's like whatever he says is kind of gonna go for the most part, unless it's like absolutely ridiculous. And as ridiculous as this show is, it's not that bad. I mean,
No.
a couple scenes are a little cringy, but other than that, it's.
I mean,
and
there's
it makes sense
basically
for
like
the
fucking
show.
hentai and like other fucking harem shows. So
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. There's like 2 other shows this season that is basically just hentai. So I mean, I think comparatively this is pretty mellow. So I mean, I don't know.
there's
Yeah,
just
like,
some butt
I agree.
sucking.
Who doesn't like a little butt sucking? You know what I mean? It's fine.
It's what
I
kappas
mean,
do.
That's what kappas do, man. I like you said
Butt
though,
stuff.
Drew. It's like he's such a prominent director creator that people are just gonna be like, all right, well, if you think it's gonna do well, that's what you're down with. That's
There
fine.
you go. He has like kind of a cult following too, so it's like people are gonna watch
Right.
whatever he directs or.
Roscoe
writes
heard
or
about butt
whatever.
sucking. He's like, what?
Oh, he
What?
wants
Butts?
in.
Butts?
Let me in there.
Yeah,
Butts?
he wants to
Let me in
sniff
there.
butts.
I'm a dog. I love butts. Butts?
Butts?
Can I
Oh.
smell them?
Yeah,
Can I
no,
smell the
Let
butts?
doggo.
No butts. Go lay down. Yeah, boy. No butts for you. All right, let's move on. Who put this down there? Is this the Persona 4 stuff or Persona 5?
Persona 5,
Excuse
yeah.
me.
Yeah, there's 2 announcements.
2
for that.
new games, kind of.
Yeah.
I just lost the games.
So
Fuck.
I'll start off with the easy one. So Persona 5S is not Persona 5 Switch, and I don't know if anybody watches like kind of funny games or like any other stuff, and a lot of the people are just like, yeah, no, it's probably not going to be a Switch port. It'll probably be some random other Persona 5 game. And lo and behold, it is coming to Switch as well as the PS4, but it is Persona 5 Scramble: The Phantom Strikers, and it's a Musou game. It's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Oh, Dynasty.
Interesting.
Also, it's being developed with Omega Force, so you know the
Oh,
people that did
shit.
Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors. I mean, they did really good with the Hyrule Warriors. I thought it was a pretty cool game. I didn't play Fire Emblem
It's
Warriors.
well
It was
done
fun.
if you like the style of game.
Yeah.
but to me, it's just very boring.
Yeah.
It gets repetitive. I think that's the big issue.
Yep.
Well,
yeah. I mean, maybe it'll be
the Switch is getting Persona 5, but it's in a Muso game.
I can't really. Well, I guess if they do it well, I can't really see like Persona characters in that kind of environment. I don't know. It just seems.
They do have like video, like gameplay footage of it, and it's just Joker like smashing a bunch of
Running
demons.
around,
Joker
like,
smash?
yeah,
And
smashing,
then
shooting
he has
stuff.
like his persona doing
Yeah.
special moves and
Hulk
stuff.
smash.
Well,
I don't know. We'll see. I'll wait until like we see more.
I like
gameplay footage of
Persona. I like Atlas. I'm not gonna buy this.
we'll see what happens
enough.
with this. But the other bigger reveal happened the day before at this Persona Live concert, and it is P5R the Royal, which was already announced for PS4, but they revealed more details, basically showing the game's opening, like a big trailer. And it's, yes, the enhanced version of Persona 5, including a new Phantom Thief and playable character, obviously. And then there's they showed off some new social links, that kind of, or sorry,
There's some new
confidants.
mini.
Is what
There's like new
call
mini
them.
games.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I linked in the chat. You can see the new character. She has the red hair behind Joker. The other, like, I guess the really big face in that picture.
Yeah, pretty prominent in
the
Yeah.
biggest
you would
face.
say.
Yep.
It's a cool character design. I like it.
Rolando and I were both thinking it was gonna be the shogi player. What's her name?
Hifumi. So she was
yeah.
already. They already said that she was supposed to be a character in the original game. She was supposed to be a Phantom Thief, but they rewrote
really?
her because there wasn't enough time to make her playable and like all that shit. So they can't obviously, I guess, write her into the story. So they just added a new character and another semester to the game.
I'm sorry for Haru lovers out there, but I wish they would have replaced Hifumi with Haru, because like Haru is such a boring basic character to me.
You can't replace her though, story reasons that we will not spoil.
That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, but I don't know.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's been out for years, Mark. Play it, damn it.
I want to play it.
He wants to
man.
play
I
it, but he
just-
can't play it now that there's a new game coming out that's
Yeah,
basically
wait for
the
the-
Wanna
actual
play
ending
one.
of the game.
In
I
2020.
really want to play the Persona games. I don't know why I haven't.
Play
gotten around to it.
Catherine. Catherine's coming out.
Play
You can
Persona
that.
4. I
started
technically still
Catherine,
have
like, a long time ago.
I technically still have Drew's PSTV and Persona 4 Golden because Alec
Yeah,
gave it to me.
borrow it and play it.
Nice.
So-
Yeah, let me
I'll-
borrow that.
I'll hand that off to you if Drew says it's okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
play
yeah.
through that.
Just don't erase my save.
All right.
Put a new one on
Erase
there.
my save.
Don't erase my save. I was like, 20 hours in.
What is this? 2001.
Well, you got 100 hours left to go.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll get there eventually.
Jesus.
I'll watch a playthrough.
Persona 4 will be a good it's like a good starting point, I think.
Right, I
The
think you
game
told me
is
that before.
relatively easy. The later dungeons require some grinding, but it's not as hand-holding as actually no. I don't know how I feel because
Ask within
Persona
yourself.
5 was
Four
kind
is a
of
good
easy.
introduction.
Persona 5 was kind of easy, but like it doesn't handhold you through like a lot of mechanics. But if you've played a Persona game, it's relatively easy to understand. Persona 4 is easy, but I don't know.
I actually like the story in 4 better than 5.
Well,
They're both good though.
let me
it-
borrow it, Rolando.
If you
I'll play
if you
I need to
play
play
for
it.
like the first the first 20 hours or so, it's like you understand like what the gameplay is. It's very addicting because it's like if you're very like planner oriented, I guess I would say, it's like you kind of plan everything out and you want to be like super efficient for what you do. That's the reason I kind of like those type of games. But the combat's good turn-based RPG, just very long.
The one thing I'll say is they're both good, but I do think that Persona 4 was pretty it was pretty long-winded in the first 20 hours of the game.
That's fair.
See, I think like my issue is that I was never really like super into turn-based RPGs. Like I'm like very, very selective about like certain ones, but Persona just seems like really enjoyable. Like I know like a little bit about like some of the story. Like I've like seen like some gameplay, and it seems really cool. It seems like something I can get into. That's why like I'm really interested in it. But
and the turn-based combat is maybe like a third of the game. Like it's all the other things that you get to do.
Yeah,
it's the social aspects
drive the game. A lot more so than the combat.
Because they affect the combat as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. That's cool. I think that's why
you would like it. I mean, I don't know very many people, especially like with how accessible the fifth one is, like who've like, this is my first Persona game, and it's like I have to go back and play the other ones because it's so good.
I feel like Persona 4 is more accessible if you've played 5 though, because 5 is a really easy entry to get into it, because it's not as bad as Persona 4's first like 20 hours where like it's literally just shuffling you through a bunch of shit. Like it's just like next day.
Go. Yeah.
Whereas at least there's shit that happens in the beginning of Persona 5 to get you invested. I know that's a lot of complaints that people have with 4.
Overall, I what do you think? Without going into it too in depth, Rolanda, do you like 4's story better than 5, or do you like 5 better?
I think 4's story, the ending to 4's story is a bit more Shin Megami Tensei than 5's.
Yeah.
But I do think that overall the darker 5 was a little bit overall darker than 4's kind of stuff. I do like both of them, but I think I liked 5 as a whole a little bit better because of the gameplay improvements.
Yep. That's fair.
It's a lot easier to grind in Persona 4. That's what I'll say is something I miss, but is actually a welcome change.
Interesting.
Also, go to bed, Cat.
Yeah. You're a bit tired. Go to bed.
I don't.
You'll
get there one day. Maybe.
One day I'll get there, guys. Well, I hope to play Persona at least sometime.
Yeah, borrow my PS TV, man.
Let me borrow it.
Get on that.
Cool. Okay, so
don't erase my
two more bits of news.
Yeah, erase the save.
Two more things in news. This is an interesting one. Madhouse production assistant worked almost 400 hours in 1 month.
Easy clap.
Still hasn't received his overtime pay. Rolando, you did the math, and this comes out to like, if he's working 6 hour days, or
6 hour days, shit.
6 hour days,
then that is more than a month.
72 days in a month. If he's working 6 days a week, he's working
it's around
like 15 hours a day.
16 hours a day for that, yeah.
That's insane.
Ish.
I mean, even if he's working 7 days a week, that's no days off, and he's still working.
If it's 7 days a week,
hours.
it's still like 13 hours, yeah.
Jesus. I mean, that's crazy. It's like we've been hearing a lot about people in like production assistants or animators who have been, hospitalized recently from overwork
or commit suicide.
Yeah, right. And it's like, it's this prominent thing that is not really being addressed by like the production companies as much as it should be. Because it seems serious. Like this is kind of like unacceptable, like working conditions.
I don't know a lot about the like television and like animation industry in Japan.
Yeah.
But like I can give a kind of similar insight. So like I know there in television here in the US, there's like a difference between working on something that's like a union gig and like a non-union gig. So like there are unions that you have specific contracts that the unions have with like big studios to say like these are like the mandates, like no longer than this hour, like this many hours worked on a day. If you work longer, then your overtime is this. After a certain amount, you're guaranteed this amount of money. Like after this many hours in the week, you get double time essentially. It's like to prevent, overwork and that kind of stuff.
And no pay, like yeah,
Yeah.
Because there's a cost and it's big.
And so that's what the unions are for. But like if you're not working union, then it's not really like a thing. It's just like you can be working a shit ton of overtime and not really be compensated for it. It's technically illegal to US labor law, but you know, people like tend to
People
get
don't
exploited
know that.
on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that I don't know what the labor union situation is in Japan, if there are local unions for...
Well, I was reading the article, and it seems like there is
Yeah.
a union.
It
Of
seems
some
like
kind.
they're right,
But
and I
he's not
don't
a
know.
part of it. Or he is
I
now,
don't
but he wasn't.
know if they technically call it like a union. I mean, at least not a union for like production assistants. There's probably a union for like animators. I'm sure.
There's probably an animators union. I do not
Yeah.
know where a production assistant, what union they would be in. I guess
I don't know either. It seems like kind of a weird like in between kind of position that technically
it's more of an administrative position.
Exactly. Like I'm sure it varies from production company to production company, and that's kind of like the unfortunate thing is that if you were to have a union based upon like those stipulations of like contracts, I'm sure they're going to vary. Like I don't think you can really do that.
But in here it
It'd be
says
hard
it'd
to
be hard to
cross over.
and joined the Black Company Union, a trade union formed in 2017 that offers consultation and support for workers across various industries. So it's just kind of a...
It's just a kind of
like a
umbrella
broad-
union.
It's like a...
yeah.
That's illegal. Also fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
But like we also know that like a lot of overwork is a thing in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
don't know how useful
Definitely.
these unions are.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
they also cited
Probably
some
not at all.
labor rights activists for like young people. So they have, you know, up and coming people trying to, it seems like, push for, you know, better working conditions. Hopefully it goes somewhere because they need it.
Yeah.
If this
I
continues.
hope so too.
400
'Cause, I
hours in a
That's
month.
a
I
lot.
can't even imagine. That's
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about like how much like animation and production studios has increased in popularity over at least like the last like 10 years. I mean, and it's only gonna keep getting more popular from now. So I mean, like the fact that working conditions are still kind of like this kind of poor, I guess you could say, especially for like lower, I'm gonna say like lower paid in quotes positions. It's unfortunate because then you get into the territory of like here in the U.S. where you're getting interns who are not getting paid and being treated like crap. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so
They're like, you need to be here 60 hours and we're not going to pay you. But you
No
get
benefits,
coffee.
no pay.
That's
No
your perk.
benefits.
You get free
Exactly.
coffee.
Your perk is you can buy
And
coffee
you
for everybody,
learn stuff.
and you will have to pay for the coffee that you buy for
Right.
yourself.
Yeah.
Your perk is the
That is
networking.
your perk.
Is
Yeah, the
really
networking
what
is
it
You get to meet all of us, and we're not going to give you a job afterwards.
You're gonna
But
be
you'll
around
meet us.
some people in the industry.
Oh, yeah, you'll get to hear how great we all are.
Very cool.
Very, very, very okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But hey,
So,
he
I mean,
may
yeah,
get,
like,
close
hopefully-
to $27,000 in if his
In 3
'cause he's-
years.
Yeah, in 3 years.
Yeah.
What is he trying to sue or
Everybody.
something? He's trying to lawsuit for that. Is that what it
no, I
said?
think he's trying to get his
His overtime
back pay.
pay.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wants
the
to get paid for his
26,000
overtime.
Just
billion
please
yen.
pay me.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is he trying to sue for that, or is he trying to use
I'm sure there's some sort of arbitration going on where they're looking at the
Yeah.
actual contract law,
Yeah.
like what his contract stipulates, how much he's supposed to get, whether it was actually
lawful?
lawful, and if it broke the contract at all that they made him work this much. It could be another issue. So it's probably going to be dealt with in arbitration. I don't know if he's going to sue, because I'm sure they would like to deal with this without spending too much.
I mean, shit. If this were the
Yeah.
U.S., there'd
I'm
be
sure
so
he
many
still wants a
lawyers
job.
saying you could make so much money. Just sue him.
Oh,
Sue
yeah.
him
Because
right
this
now.
this could very easily turn into like a class action type
Oh
of thing.
yeah,
Like,
and it's like, all right, I just made 10 mil. I am set for life. I had one shitty month, and I'm good forever.
Where's Bidwell to give us the whole lawyer speak on this?
This doesn't count as actual law advice, so please don't cite me in any sort of litigation. Thank you. That's all he'd say, and then he'd be like, "But I have no thoughts on that."
Right.
No thoughts or opinions on the matter.
But don't quote me. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me on that.
I don't know. I hope conditions improve. I really do. Because then you get you know what I mean? Like you get happy workers will increase quality of things.
Happy cows make better cheese, and
Boom.
I thought you were gonna say better meat.
No, I mean that too, but that too.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. Well, let's end it on a happy note. New spin-off manga about platelets launches in May.
The platelets, they're the best.
That's gonna be good.
I just can't. I hope they keep the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really hope
it's a manga. There's
Oh,
no
it's a
audio.
manga? Oh, I thought you said it was a spin-off. I didn't hear
You
manga.
can do it in your head.
It does,
that's not as exciting. Is it?
It makes you feel better. It is getting a season 2. It's not.
That
it
makes
is
me happy.
Platelet spin-off though.
That makes me
No.
happy.
I'm sure there'll be more platelets in the season.
All
2,
I heard
guess.
was Cells at Work spin-off, and I just ignored everything else you said from there and got real excited.
I don't know.
Chan.
All right. Well, I think that does it for us today, guys. And this is probably a long episode.
It is.
But it was good. Lots of stuff. Definitely go out and try
Many
the Lagunitas, the Waldo's.
I finished
IPA,
it.
if you can see
And
it.
this.
You did it?
It's
I got
good.
just a bitch. Best
It's
of it
good.
more. Nice.
Ow.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, wait, can I get it to
All right.
focus on it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Last
Yeah,
second
Right
there.
at the very
We'll get
end.
an aggregated score for that beer once Drew and Mark try it on the show.
Yeah.
Mark, we've been beer boys for like the past couple weeks. Maybe we'll drink
have.
that next week.
All right.
Let's do that.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. All right.
aggregate.
Well,
If you can find it.
I have it. Wait, it's in my fridge.
Oh.
I know where to find it. So yeah, let's do it next week then, Drew.
All right.
All right. Well, then I guess that does it for us today. This is episode 96. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter. Just search Anime on Draft. Also follow us on Instagram, Anime on Draft Podcast, where you can see pictures of the beer, as well as some other things that we might be drinking throughout the week. Who
Tea,
knows what we'll throw up
coffee.
on there.
Yeah, we
Maybe
might
Drew
throw
some-
up on there.
We might throw up on there. No, we
No,
definitely
that'll
not.
never happen.
Well, maybe we'll see some pictures of the beer that Drew drinks in Wisconsin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Send us
If I
Instagrams,
have
some
any, if I
IGs.
have any interesting ones that I enjoy, I will send it your way. They don't do a lot of hazies out there, so I'm interested to see.
Send the
What's
bad ones
popular?
too.
Yeah.
Send the like really, really
I'm
bad
only there
ones.
for
Be
3
like,
days, and
"This
I'm at a
sucks."
conference for most of it, so I won't probably be drinking that much.
bring
but
it to the
Spend a total of
conference.
$6.
Just
I
bring
want
it
to go
the
to. I want to go to
conference.
that asylum. Do I have my bottle cap?
They'll spend a total of $6 on beer over there, and that's gonna be like
Nice.
10 beers.
I have my
Nice.
ale asylum bottle cap for the last time I was there. So.
Nice. Well, let us know, and of course, yeah, stay up to date with us. And if you have any other issues, questions, concerns, if you want to contact us about maybe being on the podcast, you can email us at animeondraft@gmail.com. And of course, you can listen to all our previous podcasts. You just go to the WordPress, animeondraft.wordpress.com. We're also on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify. And yeah, I think does it for us this week. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for everybody who's in the Twitch. Sundays 6 to 7, twitch.tv/animeondraft. And we'll see you
Yep.
next week.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.
How you look like?